This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Bee Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at beepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to the show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply. My name is Joey Mascio. I was a middle school teacher for 7 years, and now I run Sidekick to Hero, a gamified mindset training program that helps teens with confidence, social skills, and goals. It's available now on desktop at sidekicktohero.com. Today I want to talk about creating self-motivation. We've all been there. We need to take action, but we just don't feel like it. It's like being lost out in the desert with a car that's out of gas. You just can't go, you can't make it work. But what if you could create fuel out of thin air? You totally can. It's totally within your possibility to do. Fuel comes from purpose. So what is your purpose? Like your life purpose? Have you ever thought about that before? Ever written it down? If you do and you come up with a good one, it's going to act as the fuel you need. I'll show you how. So purpose is often called lots of things like knowing your why or a mission statement or what's your big dream. My favorite is what Napoleon Hill, one of the OG life coaches, calls it. He calls it your definiteness of purpose. I don't even know if that's grammatically correct anymore, but that's what he called it in his book, How to Own Your Own Mind. I like that term definiteness. It's like a very, very specific purpose. He says it's something you must create for yourself. No one else can create it for you, and it will not create itself. But how often do we just sit around waiting to feel like doing something, right? It's like waiting for lightning to strike. No, that's a waste of time. I want you to be able to create your own lightning. And really, that's what purpose is, lightning. Raw energy that can't be contained, can't be stopped. Have you ever felt that before? Maybe sometimes on accident when you're watching a movie and it's all inspiring, or you're listening to a song or someone inspirational talk, like myself. But if you haven't consciously picked a purpose, made it specific, definite, then you'll never make your dreams come true because you'll never have the fuel necessary to do that. Napoleon Hill also coined the famous phrase, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And I would say it can achieve it because it has the fuel to do so. So you need to spend some time conceiving or creating your purpose in your mind. So do this. Think into your far, far future when you're old and gray. And if you're already old and gray, then just think further still. Think near the end of your life. And you look back across the span of time, across your whole life, what is it that you most want to be said about you? It can be about any topic about you, any area, about family, religion, friends, money, career, accomplishments, or a combination of these things. We're going to call this your life's purpose. Now, I don't want it to be something that you can check off, right? It can be about your accomplishments, but I don't want them to be just accomplishments. Meaning, I don't want it to be, I want to have $1 million in the bank, or I want to live in France. Those things are great, but those are like goals that help you fulfill your life's purpose. A great life's purpose you can accomplish in many ways, not just one. So, for example, rather than I want to have $1 million in the bank, I want to live a wealthy life. I want to be someone who creates wealth and is smart with my money. For example, I want to live in France would be, I want to be someone who is well traveled, who has seen the beauties of the world. That's the difference there. So write down your life's purpose, whatever that is, and make it a good one. Make it, and it can be multifaceted, right? Here's mine, for example. Mine is, I want to be a loving and loyal husband, a kind and wise father, a faithful and humble son of God, and someone who supports my family well by creating things that help and inspire others. That's my life's purpose. And when you have a good one, you can connect the actions that you need to take on a daily basis to that purpose. Like me cleaning up my room or vacuuming the house, that might not directly connect with my life's purpose, though I would assume my wife wants me to do those things. So maybe that one is a bad example. But grading papers, for example, or attending those trainings that you got to do, those professional development days where you're just like, I hate going to these. My goodness. How can you connect that to your overall life's purpose? You can do it. You can connect it to your life's purpose, whatever it is. Because chances are you're doing the things that you're doing, or you have to do the things that you have to do today because it is connected to your life's purpose in some way. And if it's not, then you really got to think about things. Think about where you're going. All right. Maybe this might be a big wake up call for you and being like, wait a minute, all the actions I'm taking are in no way connected to my life's purpose. Then you should make a big change. But chances are they are connected. And find that connection, and that will create that motivation that you need to do the small and simple and sometimes menial things that we need to do, but we don't want to do, but we actually want to do, but again, we don't want to do. So once you have the ability to create this fuel out of thin air to drive you, you'll be able to get wherever you want to go. Thanks for listening, and whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bpodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.